Hello everyone. Welcome, to a Ruby What If. Yes, rwby What If. So, let's just get straight into it. It's an Oscar What If. What if Oscar was the reincarnation of Sans? Yes. Sans the comic. Sans the skeleton. And so let's just get straight into it. He just is, if you watched, if you know who Oscar is, then watch volume 4 to 7. But if you're interested in the entire story of Ruby, watch volumes 1 through 7. Some of them are on YouTube, which is volume 6, not volume 7 yet. So, yeah. I think you can probably watch volume 7 on a website. I don't know what it is though, so let's just get straight into this. So, Oscar's just doing his normal farm day, doing crops, doing farm stuff, getting water, And then he goes to put back the hoe, and then he sees himself in a mirror. He sees the once white pupils were now black, and his eyes are green, that greenish color orange in his right eye, and now his left eye is white. His hair is also white. So, yeah. And then, Sans and Ospen will say this. Sans says, "Hey there, kid, I'm Sans the skeleton," and Ospen says, "Hello, I'm Professor Ospen," but then just, before they can both finish, he just, screams and jumps back and falls on the hay. His mother says, "Oscar, you better be careful with those farm tools." So then we cut to chapter 4, and then they will say, Osmond says, "We have to leave." And then Sam says, "He's right, kiddo." And then Oscar says, I've marked both of you as some kind of hallucinational dream." And then he says, stop calling me kiddo." Anyways, so, yeah. And then, Elspeth, asks him, name the Haven, he asks, "Have you ever been to Haven Academy?" And he says, "No." And then he says, "Name the head master's office." And then he names it. Forget what it was. So, yeah. Then Sentence asks, "Name the Judgment Hall and Throne Room." Oscar says, "There's a giant hall with windows outside, with windows at the sides, and pillars. The windows have a symbol on it I don't recognize. Well, I don't know exactly what symbol it is, but it's like the symbol of the king and queen of the underground. And then the color is like a yellow. And then the floor is a checkered pattern with reflective. It's also reflective, and also it was like that color of the ground, like you saw, like it was maybe a dark brown, I think, or was it dark red? So one of those colors. Anyways, and then he names then after the Judgment Hall, there's a big, let's say it's a corridor. I think it's a corridor. And enters into the king's throne room. There's a bunch of flowers. There's a throne. There's also another window. That same symbol of the king and queen of the underground. There's also a table, chairs, and tea. Ready for someone to, have some tea. And also meetings. And they says, "How do I know these things?" And then, Sans says, "There are memories, kiddo." And Ozpen says, "I know that you don't just want to be a farm boy." And he also says, and then Oscar says, "If you've been reading my thoughts," then also Sans remarks, also says, "There are memories." Now, I guess, because My aura and his aura fused with yours in this world, as it's called. Oscar questions in this world. Sun says, I come from another dimension. That's sort of like this one, I'd say. But it's like no huntresses, no grim, just normal people that monsters banished in the underground. I'll tell you more later. And then his mother asked him to come down for the the second time for him to come and eat, because on the first time she said come down to eat, and well, yeah. So then we move on to the chapter where he's going to leave. He gets his backpack, bought stuff in it. He also bought a blue jacket that's exactly like Sans's. Yeah, minus let's say it's like Sans's one was a blue hood, a blue jacket, and also the hood, the entire the part where the entire hood was gray and there's no fluff on it. So Oscar has an entirely blue jacket, including the hood and fluff on the hood. That line over the like you've seen in a typical hoodie or jacket, so you know what I'm talking about. He puts it on and he goes, and then because he's also calm, so he hands his hands in his pockets and he says, "This is crazy. Living the city, leaving the farm and going to the city is crazy." And then Sam says it's not that crazy if you think about it, really. And and Osbeth says he's right, Oscar. Alright, and I'm also scared. And then Sans gives a show of comfort by saying, if you're scared, well then think a happy thought. And then Oscar smiles a bit, hearing this, because, well, yeah. Then he's at the train station and it's raining, so he has his hood on. So yeah. And then I forget what that guy's name is, that big guy. If you ever watched rwby, you know who I'm talking about. I forget what his name was. Don't remember his name, but he's a big, tall, buff guy. Basically uses dust as steroids. Well, not really steroids, but basically a power-up in Mario. So, yeah. Not really steroids, but I think you get the picture if you ever watched rwby. And if you want to go look it up, it's rwby on YouTube. Most of the chapters are out, except chapter 7. Said at the beginning of the video, but I'm saying it again. So, yeah. Go check it out. It's really good. Anyways. So, yeah. And, well, yeah, and then, he comes over, he's walking, and then he says, here. Oh, also, before that, he says, I guess, having 2 great powers and come with an instant supply of money, and they both say, no. In unison. So then Seth says, kid, and Oscar says, Oscar, have your guards up. Have your guard up. And then kid, then Sam says, don't worry about it. It's nothing. And then this guy comes over. He says, here. He hits the machine, and the ticket comes out. So then he just walks away, and then Oscar picks it up, and then the guy says, don't let a small obstacle like that stand in your way. Alright, then he gets on the train, and then it's like daytime, I think. And then he's just riding, staring at the window. Then, well, we cut to him meeting Crow. Yes, Crow. Crow's just chilling in the bar, drinking, I don't know, maybe some whiskey or wine, I think. I didn't really know. So, yeah, then Oscar says, excuse me, and then Crow turns around, and then he says, I don't think they allow kids in here, Pipsqueak. then Oscar says, oh, hold on, I'm getting to that, you two. And stop making puns. And then, yeah. And then Oscar says, I'm supposed to ask you for my cane back. And then Carl walks up and looks at him and throws him back his cane. It's good, and he says, good to have you back, Ospin. And then the cane unfolds. Well, pops out, I'd say. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. That's where I'm gonna end it, guys. So, yep. That's where I'm gonna end it, guys, because that's all of the Volume 4 scenes of Oscar. So, Volume 4 scenes of Oscar. And anyways, I might be uploading this before What If Nightmare Sands was What if Deku was Nightmare Sands. And by the way, I have to remark, it wouldn't upload, so I'm trying to upload it on my phone, and I'm gonna upload this What If on my iPad. So yeah, this will be coming out first. So anyways, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more of them. To get notifications of my content. Anyways, Fox Gamer, and I'm out. Well, this is Fox Gamer, and I'm out. See you guys.